All right, so finally, I'm going to talk to you guys about Program X. I've been in this for over a year. I've been teasing it for 6 to 8 months. A lot of you have been asking about it, so let's get going. Here's where I ask you to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified of future videos. All right, everybody, so Program X, I'm going to show you everything about it. I'm going to show you the back end, the training area, and talk to you all the nitty-gritty, all the details. I'm also going to spend the next few moments dramatically dropping the watch time on this video because I'm going to tell you how much it costs, and I'm going to spend a few moments trying to talk you out of purchasing it. Basically by telling you all the requirements that I think you should have for getting into it in the first place. And then we're going to dive into all the details as far as what the program is. So first of all, this program is $3,000 up front to get in, and then $700 per month to stay in. So that's not cheap. For a lot of people, that's not attainable. And I totally get that. I totally understand that. This program is not for beginners. It is for people that have a little bit of experience, options trading. The more experience, the better. But I didn't have a ton of experience when I started this program, so don't be afraid of not having, a ton of experience. But you need to know how to place options trades. You need to be familiar with your brokerage account. It is expensive. And I would anticipate that you need to stay in this program for a minimum of 6 months. So that's $7,200 that you have to lay out to stay into this program for 6 months. Now, the first question I'm going to get is, well, can I make that money back? Absolutely you can. It's all up to you. It's really up to you. Peter has the proof. He has the results. Day in and day out, he has very few losing trades. I've had very few losing trades with him, but it does require some work. So the next thing I want to point out is that these are primarily options trades. They are day trades. He scalps, which means that he is in and out usually very quickly, sometimes within minutes, no more than hours. I think in the past year, we've had 10 trades, probably less than that. I bet you it's been less than 10 trades that we've held overnight. So it's an in and out type of situation. You need to be someone who can sit at your computer and watch the charts and watch your trades. If you're on the go and you're using Robinhood or something like that, this is not for you. You really do need to be sitting at your computer watching what's happening with the trades, or at least know how to put automation in place, which he trains you how to do that, so that you can get into a trade and then have the system automatically get you out at certain points, setting stop losses and things like that. It's a little more complicated with what Peter does, but he teaches you how to do it. So it's something that if you're, have a full-time job, then this may not be the program for you. You also need to have a little bit more money in your account. A lot of the options trades that he takes are a little bit more expensive. So they're more in the $200 to $400, sometimes $500 per contract range versus, $50 to $100 for some of these beginning option trading programs. He does it based on what his scanners show him. He's not trying to pick the most expensive options contracts, but a lot of times because we're day trading, scalping, hitting stuff while it's going up fast or going down hard, they're a little bit more expensive, and you just have to have enough money in your account. The other thing that he does sometimes, and I really don't participate in this, is he will short stocks. So he'll buy 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 shares of a particular stock and short it for a day or a few hours, and he does very well doing that. But you need $20,000 to $40,000 in the account just to buy enough of those shares, depending on the stock, to do that. He's not going to do this on an Amazon, so you need $500,000 in your account just to get in on that. It does require that you have multiple 5 figures in your account in order to take those plays. Again, I don't do those, so is it required that you participate in shorting stocks and making these big capital outlays in this program? No, it's not. I simply do the options trades, and that's it. So just want to make you aware that that's part of the program. The other thing is that he will trade every day, nearly every day. So you will get a text message and an email simultaneously usually, and you'll get anywhere from 1 to sometimes upwards of 4 trades per day. Some days it's 1. Most days I'd say it's averages about 2 trades a day. And he does very well on most of his trades. I'm still in this a year later, obviously for good reason. It's not uncommon for Peter to make $2, $3, $4,000 in profit each day. I've seen him make upwards of $15,000 to $20,000 of profit in a day. But he's more of a volume trader, and he makes that very clear that he's taking more position, he's buying more contracts than you or I probably will. So, but that's not to say you can't make money. You just take fewer contracts, put less into each trade, and over time it builds up, and you can certainly more than make your money back, which I have. So again, you'll get text messages every day. Occasionally, if he has a big win day, or sometimes rarely he has a big loss day, he'll take the next day off and not trade. Or if he's got something going on with his kiddos, then he won't trade for a day, but he'll let you know via text message what's going on and whether or not to expect any trades that day. So I've spent some time trying to talk you out of getting into this. Those of you that are left over still watching this video, let's dive into the sales page and then also the back-end membership area, and I'll show you what this is all about and kind of what you get with that money that you're putting in. So let's jump over to my screen here. So this is the sales page. It is officially called the Platinum Traders Beta Group. He's always called it that. You see beta and you think, well, it's just the initial version. This is version 2 of the group. I've been in this for over a year now, and he's added significantly to it, I think a few months ago. I'll show you that in the training area. This sales page is it's a country mile long. I'm not going to scroll through the whole thing. I'm not going to show you everything. It's ugly, and he tells you how it is on here. He swears a little bit. If you're uncomfortable with that, then you may not want to listen to Peter. But he basically tells you that this sales page is ugly, and I focus on results, and it's filled with testimonials. I'm on this page once or twice with results that I've had. And so if you click in the link below this video, there will be a link to my website, and I have a little bit more info, and then a link through to this page, and you can go through it yourself if you want to see everything. Right towards the top here, though, he has a video, and I think this is like an hour and a half long, if this is the same one that's always been here. Guess I can click on it real quick. It doesn't show me the time here. This is, I think, extraordinarily long. It's actually a live trading session with over his shoulder, and he's talking through his thought process. So this shows you how he trades and what he's thinking and what he's doing right off the bat before you even purchase anything. There's some good information in here just to come and watch this. If we scroll down here, here's Peter right here. So Peter Parks. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about Peter. Peter's a brilliant marketer. He's been in marketing for a very long time. He's semi out of that world now. He has teams that run his marketing businesses. Peter's made truckloads, literal truckloads of money in marketing, and he doesn't mess around. So the last few years, he's really gotten into options trading, and when he gets into something, he goes all in. And so I know that he really put all of his time and energy and effort into learning options trading. And he talks about, I don't know the identity of this person, but he talks about someone who was kind of an insider at one of the big firms on Wall Street. He hired him. I'm guessing he paid him 6 figures just to pick his brain. But he hired him to teach him about what goes on at the trading desks, that we don't really have access to normally. And he shares a lot of that inside the training as far as order flow and order execution and how to get in and out of trades profitably and how to push orders through instead of letting them sit there on the platform. There's some little tips and tricks that I know this insider kind of taught Peter, and he really shares that with us. And so Peter's a brilliant, brilliant dude. He's got a couple young kids, and so he doesn't trade every day because of that sometimes, and he talks about that in the program. And then if you scroll down, you'll see tons of testimonials. He's got a couple more videos on here. Some of these are friends of mine. Really close friend of mine, John Towers, right at the top here. I got John into this program last fall, and like a few weeks later, he had a $30,000 profit day, and John's been blowing it up ever since. John has a lot more money in his brokerage account than I do, so I can't quite keep up with him, but I'm not trying to race anybody here myself. And again, I'm on this page somewhere with a couple of the big wins that I've had that I shared back with Peter. So this is the sales page. I'll let you go through it on your own time if you want to check that out. And then I'm going to show you inside the members area. So this is the membership area. It is a little bit chaotic at first, but then you realize kind of how he puts it together. And one thing I will point out is that there is a ton of training. There are days worth of videos, it seems like, in here, and it will take you a long time to get through this. And I've watched all these videos at least twice, which seems crazy, but I've been in over a year. So I go back and rewatch things. I think that's a great way to keep learning and not forget things. It does require that you watch them all in order, which is a little bit annoying for some people because there are people like me sometimes that like to jump around and I'm like, oh, that video looks good, I'm going to watch that one. Peter doesn't let you do that. You have to watch them all in order. You have to watch each one in order to get to the next one. So again, that slows down the process, but he really does it on purpose, and I understand why he's doing it because you really do get an education with this. You're paying a lot of money to get in, and I can unequivocally tell you that I've got my money out just in the education that I've received, let alone how well I've done trading with him. I'm not going to go through every section here, but he talks a lot about, stock cycling, IPO calendars, custom indicators. So he will provide you with custom scanners and custom indicators for Thinkorswim. So you need to be using Thinkorswim in order to take advantage of those. And all his trading and videos are based on Thinkorswim. So again, you need to be using that platform, or I highly recommend it. A couple things I want to point out here. I forget where he's at. So this is some of the version 2 content that he launched. This quant system is something that he learned about with the insider that he hired and he put together. This is absolute gold. It's something I've never seen anywhere else. Advanced order execution. This is one of my favorite videos in here where it talks about how you get your orders filled and how to get out of trades profitably and on time. So that's an awesome video in there. And then he has end-of-day recaps that he posts in here. He sends out emails frequently at the end of each day, basically sharing with you what his wins and losses were for the day and talking through them if there's anything significant that he wants to share. So his communication is really good. Like, he spends a lot of time talking to us. Every Sunday, there's a live coaching call. I shouldn't say every Sunday. Most Sundays, there's a live coaching call that you can attend, and he puts those replays in here. The other thing is, I think I talked about, he talks I talked about automations that he teaches us, and he gives you his automation templates. So you get a lot of things out of this course other than just the trade recommendations. And that's really what this is for and who it should be for. If you really want to learn how to trade and further your education, then this is a great course to be in. A bonus is that I've done really well with the trade recommendations that he's provided, but I do want to qualify that a little bit because at the beginning when I got in this program, I would take his trade recommendations, I would jump into, I was primarily using TradeStation at the time, I would place the trade just kind of willy-nilly based on his recommendations and see what happens. And I did very well doing that. Some of it I got very lucky. I did have a couple of trades where I lost, where he made money, and I was like, well, hey, how's that happening? And then you really start to dive into the training, and you learn how to study the chart and what's going on and what he's looking at as far as when his entry and exits are for each trade. And then you can really, truly take advantage of his trade recommendations and get in and out at appropriate prices and know that there are certain trades that he sends out where it's like, okay, it moved too fast. By the time he sent this out and I got the text and I read it and I got my platform and pulled up the chart, things have gone too fast and I shouldn't get into this trade. And so that's something you need to have the ability to realize as well. And that all comes from actually going through the training. And Peter pushes that over and over. If you're going to get into this, go through the training. Go through the training. Go through it multiple times. Study this training. And if you are not about training, and learning, then this is not the program for you. I should have scared you off a long time ago with the cost. So, So anyway, I've been in this for over a year. I've been extremely happy with it. I'm going to stay in it for probably through part of the summer here before I jump out, because I've taking the training wheels off now and about to jump out of the nest here, so to speak, and cut Peter's trades off. And I'm really starting to learn how to trade on my own and take my own recommendations. And I know how to look for the trades that I want to take. I do trade a little bit different than what Peter does now, but that's okay, because I learned what he does and I learned how to take things from what he does and develop my own style, which is what everybody needs to do ultimately, is figure out what works best for you when you're trading options. And this program has been invaluable in teaching me that, and I will forever thank Peter for the money that I've made through his program. I don't know the exact dollar amount, but it is quite a bit that I've made. You can see, again, on the sales page, go find a couple of my testimonials on there with a couple of the big wins that I had with him. And I've had more than a couple. These are just a couple I shared with him. So if you have questions, comment below this video. I know this has been super long. And then click the link below. You'll go to my website, wealthvine.com, and you can check out a little bit more written detail, and then a link to the sales page if you want to check this out. But I highly encourage you to ask me questions before you go pay $3,000 and $700 a month if you're unsure, because I don't want anybody in this program that is unsure. You really need to be dedicated and know that you can make this work and confident that you can make this work. And I am confident that you will be successful if you take that mindset and that approach. So thanks for watching this. This has been my review of my Program X, the Platinum Traders Beta Group by Peter Parks. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. We really enjoy producing these type of videos for you. If you enjoy this type of content, just hit the like button for us and leave a comment below. We try to get back to you as quickly as we can and interact with everybody in our YouTube channel. And also, if you want to see future videos from us, hit subscribe, that big red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell, which notifies you in your browser when we upload a new video. And as always, visit wealthvine.com, and you can also send us a message through the website or on Facebook Messenger, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks a lot. Bye.